Morning, reporting live from the trainer with a workout already in progress. I want to start off with a bit of transparency. The last month has been really hard, really hard to get focused, stay engaged, and stay disciplined as I kept running up against challenges and small setbacks. Admittedly, many of those, were self-inflicted, but I am now actively working on combating that stuff and doing more of what I like, what makes me smile. Sweating makes me smile. And less focus on the limitations. But there's some big news there. Hang on, we'll get there. Biggest realization right off the rip, I just wasn't ready. I know I needed to keep moving. I wanted to keep moving. It's more than just performance. It's more than fitness. It's happiness. You know, some people garden, other people paint. I sweat. That's my jam. In that, I found that I was doing way too much, or at least trying to do way too much, way too soon. Long story short, I just wasn't ready. My body wasn't ready. Though the cardiovascular system, that came back on quick, and I was primed to do more work. So I did. I'm running 5Ks, 10Ks, during interval work, on and on, only to discover, hey buddy, you've been kind of stagnant for 4 months, and jumping back into that kind of load is only going to lead to an injury. And that's where we are. I've strained my QL, and that was really just a product of my limitations post-surgery, but pushing the activities and pushing through discomfort, no good at all. Hamstring tightness, quad tightness, calf, you name it, shoulder, my thoracic spine, everything was tight. End of the day, I just didn't fully appreciate how long it was going to take to actually recover, what that would look like, despite being told, but, stubbornness, thinking that, hey, you say it's a year of recovery, maybe for that guy, but I'm gonna outwork him. Not me, I'll be back. Wrong. I chose my surgeon specifically because all he does is shoulders. This is this man's bread and butter. That's how he's out golfing in the Keys right now. Should have listened. Matter of fact, had a follow-up visit earlier this week. Here's what he had to say.
It's time to get aggressive with your therapy stuff.
Okay.
Push your motion as best you can, and strength. Strength starts to play into it here now too. And then certainly you can get into a pool and try to do a little swimming, but it's not going to be your normal motion. You're not going to be able to swim thousands of laps to get ready for a race.
No, I've resigned myself that I see what you were saying, that, hey, don't sign up for anything. I get it now. Questions I'm having, is it safe, or can I get back to one of those dip machines to do leg lifts? And I felt some kind of snapping, but if you're saying everything's set.
Snapping is scar tissue is gonna snap. So if you
Okay.
you're just hanging there
Yep.
and doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. Especially a static thing like that. Doing actual dips. That's okay. You're not gonna be able to do them nearly.
I'm just looking to move, do something.
There's better triceps exercises. Just that
Fair.
the machine is easier.
Okay.
But certainly you can. Yeah, it's this thing is healed up at this point. You're not gonna pull things apart. Say for a big accident kind of a thing.
So with that, can I run outside now? Is a trip and fall gonna
Yeah, that's always a concern. You know, as long as the weather stays like this and there's not ice and snow everywhere, yeah, I think you can get outside.
Trails?
That would be my last thing.
Okay.
I would
I'll
stay
take what
on,
I can get. Sure.
stay on. You know, pit track is the most controlled pavement,
Sure.
and then as you feel confident, sure, you can get out into the trails. I got to be the worst case scenario guy. So would you be able to get away with it? Almost certainly you would. It wouldn't cause any harm, but you know I can envision things happening.
Open me back up. What about like boxing? Can I throw a punch?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, a lot of that sounds like positive news. And honest to goodness, it truly is. I've definitely been ramping it up at PT this week. They turned the dial up from 2 to 11. And while it hurts, I am loving the mobility that I'm getting. The range of motion is increasing so much more than it had been. And I guess that's where I was kind of fooling myself. The way I'm feeling now, 4 months post-op, is how I expected to be feeling 6 weeks post-op. Funny enough, I had to be convinced that I needed to go on medical leave from work. I didn't know how intense this was all going to be. So, like I said before, some of those downs were self-inflicted. I should have known, should have been patient, and I wasn't.
Yeah, so we'll check in again in 2 months. You'll be finishing up or finished with PT at that point. You won't be done improving. This is a whole year process like we talked about, but you know you'll hopefully have a lot better motion at that point, and that's what I want you to really focus on. And then once that motion gets closer to normal, then you can kind of transition more into working on strength.
Okay.
The primary goal still has to be your motion because we got to get that closer to normal soon.
Gotcha.
All right.
Having some of those tough conversations that it clearly wasn't for lack of trying. It's not lack of motivation, determination, any of that. This isn't something that, you know, I'm avoiding the workout, so I just don't wanna, or making excuses. It just is what it is. You were sliced open, your anatomy rearranged, you got some fresh hardware, they put you back together. It's gonna take some time for all those pieces to start to function like they should.
Like I say, it's okay to push it into the slightly painful range. That's okay. Oh, that's tight. It hurts. That's okay. Oh, it eased up. Great. And then I get a little more. But it's not going to be tomorrow. You know.
Gotcha.
But you gotta push it to the edge, so to speak, now to make more gains.
So we can pivot this year and focus on fun, friends and family, taking some adventures, and really just enjoying ourselves in the sport. So we'll keep showing up, we'll keep doing the work with fresh perspective and so much appreciation for things that I hadn't even considered. I'll say more on those another time. We're gonna finish this workout. Till then, it's been real.